Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great and already have their handy needle in your hands and ready to stitch. If you have the same design, because I'm going to have a new start today, this is it, this Halloween spooky house by 121stitch website, and designer, good thing they have a designers on the packaging mat. Or Mete, M-E-T-E. I have no idea how to pronounce. Mine canvas is 18 count Ada, and in stitches 102 by 102. And I love it that they have all information in the packaging. So this is my very first WIP with this website. They are partnering with the Paint and Fairy, because that's Paint and Fairy printing on these canvases, and 121stitch using only designers supporting artists, so which is amazing. You buy from them, you support artists. If you purchase through my affiliate link, Natalia, you will save 5%, and at the same time you support in my channel as well, so thank you very much. I'm having here my finger threader. Well, actually threader I don't need right now unless I need to repark my thread. Pair of eyes, because this is 18 count, I'm going to use it, and I have in here a whole bunch of threads parked already. Kind of going to start from here and go down. So I parked this morning, like just now, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 threads already. So this was my last thread, and I will start with it. And that's actually blend already. If you can see, we have a blend. Okay, maybe in 2 threads it will be better visible. There is a blend. Maybe we have to zoom close to see better. Can you see the, yeah, okay, now you see blend. And I'm going to reposition my camera so we can see what we're doing on this portion. Just a minute. I did soften up this time this canvas just a little bit, so it's easy to wave needle under, because when it's stiff it's kind of hard. So hopefully this time maybe not as close. Okay, all right, so we're going to pick one at a time of these threads and just keep working on this over and go down. So right now where we are, let me see on the picture. Oh, okay, so we are stitching this leaves, I guess, somewhere in this area. Yeah, exactly, it's actually these 2 leaves. That's where I park all my threads. Look at how many colors on these 2 little pieces. And I already have in here parked, how many? There's a few blends in here. Here is one more blend. No, I think it's 2 blends in here so far. So that should be interesting and very colorful. And I am going to Google this designer to see. I don't know where to find it. I will try to find on Instagram. Usually all designers have an Instagram page. Not everybody on TikTok, I would say, but I did not Google yet. So I'm looking forward to find this Mete. I asked my husband even, how would you spell this name? He say Mete. So maybe that's what it is. What do I know, non-English person? Plus I don't know what kind of country he is from. You know, the only thing I might have to tell the website to add designer kind of information, maybe a little bit like intro from designers, to at least to see where they come from, which country they are, and a little bit history of their creative way. That's always nice to have. And this tour so far I check, there's nothing really about designer, only name by the design. So what do you think? You would like to have a little bit more information about designer? Maybe we can ask, I will ask to add, because I always kind of wonder where designer's from. So as you can see in here, 18 count Ada, and I'm stitching with 2 threads as supposed to be, right? But when I'm stitching my counted cross stitch, the humongous design, we're not gonna mention a brand in here, but you know what I'm talking about. My restart on 18 count, I stitch with 1 thread full cross. And I have to say, like, because it's 18, to me, feel maybe because it's a blend that looks kind of funky, but at the same time, I believe the stitch is a little bit pushy because it's a small count. But the good thing as well, it's Egyptian threads. They are much thinner than CXC. S, that would be for Ukrainian. CXC, I think. The other one, they more fluffy, so maybe that's why coverage a little bit different. And what is this? Did I just make it? Oh no, I thought I already tied up. So this design, I decided, you know, I don't have any empty frame, so let me try if I can get on a hoop. And this hoop fit perfect, this design. Don't remember, it could be from Value Village, this hoop, or I don't remember. And I'm going to tell you actually with the measurements from one side to another, it's a 8 inches a hoop, and it's fit perfectly, this design, for me to stitch and actually work okay with these clamps. When I will stitch by myself, I can stitch on the sofa, sitting comfortable, because I have a hoop holder. Remember I reviewed a long time ago the little clamp to hold as a hoop, so I will use that when I'm stitching by myself. And maybe, like, you know, sitting on a sofa watching TV or whatever, and I can do at the same time stitching. But for recording, for me it's comfortable where my camera stays on the desk. Okay, so it's official, my new start, and I already have one finish. If you following me on TikTok or Instagram, I posted already pictures up there of my new stitched owl by Paint and Fairy. Oh, what's that? Okay. In here it's not big jump, so I'm just go straight to this portion in here. Messages. Okay. I did mute my phone, but even messages kind of buzzing loud, so if you hear that, my apologies. Even I mute my phone, but if somebody call, my smartwatch going to ring, unfortunately, for that portion. I didn't think of it when I sync in watch with my cell phone, but that's okay. I can just cut it out, piece of video, if it's gonna get too nutty. So I'm looking forward to have my first stitching done from 121, and at the same time I will learn something new from this designer to see actual quality of the finished piece, the details, how this is going to look like. That's really interesting to me to start something new like this. Okay, now somebody's... Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. I have to go and comfort my puppy, Kono. He must be swallow something. I don't know. Now he came to me, laying down here next to me. So we'll see if he's gonna make some noises. I would have to stop my video, but hopefully he's gonna fall asleep. Maybe he swallowed or fur or what, and kind of choking a little bit on it. Alright, let's try to record. Hopefully he's gonna be okay. For some reason he feeling guilty because he threw up a little bit. He went all the way downstairs. So I talked to him nice and sweet, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm not in trouble. So he followed me and now next to me here. You know, for the year that he lived with his new owner, who knows how he treat him, if he did something bad. You don't know, right, if he's got beaten or not. He is the sweetest cuddler. He loved to cuddle. And he really, really loved my husband. When he go to bed, he's following him. And Bandit always waiting for me to go to sleep. So I totally don't remember what I was talking before that. That's okay. Okay, from here to here, it's going to be a little bit bigger jump. So you know what I will do, like I teach you before, if I don't want to do like between, not to wave my threads, let's say underneath up there, to wave in a threaders, like of the wave of the fabric. So I do a little mini pin stitch between, kind of in the middle. I'm gonna come out through the hole and then literally pinch like one thread and just go down, and that's it. We're not gonna have a hanging thread, it's going to be pinned between the, and then I can jump to my portion where I want to stitch. So if you did not see that little tip before I showed you, here it is. Any of you have the same design? Did you order anybody? Because I did post that link in my Facebook group a long time ago and told you that that's perfect design for Halloween stitching. Invited you to order it so we can stitch together. Let me know if any of you did, because I think this design is beautiful. Like, I'm not a fan of Halloween, like in general. Halloween to me is like really nothing, because maybe because I didn't grow up with this kind of holiday. First time I saw this in 1999 when I came to Canada. But I like the, if I have to choose, I like cute. I don't like skeletons and all that stuff. Witches, it's okay, but the skeletons, bones, that's just gross to me, so I don't like them. But this one have just the angry pumpkins. I'm fine with that. There's one very precious design that I'm waiting from 121stitch, and that is by Ukrainian designer, so I'm super excited about that because her design, it's the Ukrainian life that was like centuries back, and some of them still exist. Beautiful, beautiful design of the country, so I'm looking forward to that one to stitch. And there's that design that I show you in unboxing, part number 2 video unboxing of the colorful quilt, pink quilt, and what's a green quilt. I call it mosaic. Those ones so pretty. I'm so tempted to have done stitching. And you know what I told you in my unboxing, that a white part, because there's lots of white threads up there to stitch together, right? And you stitch in it, basically you will stitch white on white, and I told you that you can skip white and not to stitch, and all you will have a pure white fabric after your wash. And if you don't like it after wash, you still can stitch in white threads, because obviously it's going to be only one color that you have to fill in empty spots, so you're not going to be mistaken. But then I was thinking how beautiful that design will be if that would be printed on a glittery fabric, and you don't have to kind of stitch white parts, and you would see all the glitter shimmer in between. And that kind of gave me idea that I have a whole spool, big spools of silver metallic threads. So if I would stitch that with white threads, I would add metallic to it to make a sparkle. You think that would be amazing or what? I think it would be awesome. So when I will stitch that, I think that's what I will do. Well, I don't think, that's what I will do. That's what I will do for sure. Okay, should we make here another jump from here to here? Let's go. So I will do one more pin stitch somewhere here, just one thread to catch. There you go, that's enough. And the rest of thread will be over stitched later with different colors. But from here to here, that's already to me big distance. It's about an inch or so, so I'm going to cut my thread and restart on that portion. Tell me what you're stitching about. Are you stitching any Halloween designs? We have whole months to pick it up our slacks, whatever we left from last year. I'm sure some of you have lots of Halloween designs. When I was thinking, I was like, oh, I don't really have any besides the Halloween cat that I had in my WIPs from last year. That's it. So that was like, whoa, alright. I definitely probably don't like Halloween as much, because some people have like 20-30 designs of Halloween samplers, something like that, and I have only one. What is going on? But I do have some pretty fall designs that we already actually stitched already on them. in my WIPs over the year. Okay, I'm going to do here a couple of pin stitches so I can finish. Yeah, that's the thing, only it's very hard canvas to go through. Go to the next stitch, maybe here, and do one more. Okay, we are done with this, and I'm just going to repark this color. I will repark on this next spot. Actually, not next. In here, I missed portion right up there. See that? You see that? I missed right in here. So I'm going to park my thread in here, or maybe even stitch. Make sure these ends are straight. Well, might as well just probably stitch this one portion. It's such a tiny and then I will jump to different color. This hoop surprisingly give me very good tension. And that's the one that doesn't have ridges like on a circle, so flat, so it's not gonna be wrinkling too much of my canvas. I have like this one, a hoop in a bigger size as well. Or the other one, maybe different one with the ridge, kind of for the canvas to stick into it. Can't remember. But for now, I think I already have all canvases in the frames for this month to stitch. I put my praying angel into the big square frame, and I left my mushrooms in the smaller, so it's fit in a box. I have to say that I'm still kinda, every time I stitch this canvases printed by Painting Fairy, like I amaze how tiny symbols, and it's such a good sharp quality of them. So good. My puppy is snoozing next to me. I'm glad he's okay. This canvas I will stitch by the color elimination. For the video, yeah, I want to stay kinda on the same spot. So we're going to stay mostly in this area to stitch. But when I will stitch by myself, I will grab a thread and stitch till I finish. I really want to have this finish as well for this month. That's my plan. Now I will go and repark on the bottom where we were before. Okay, I will park in here and we're gonna leave it here. So zoom. No, that's too much. Okay, so maybe you can see. And literally just a one even thread to pin down. And it's gonna go nowhere. If you're gentle. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this one here. I'm gonna pull out my needle and we're gonna go to this patch in here. Let me get my threads out for the next color. Maybe we will try now something brown so we have a different shades in work. Love these bobbins to hold it. Okay, so now I will do, there's a few in here stitches in this blue light plus sign. So we're going to lots of do rethreading, but that's the life that we have to do, right? So we're going to do on camera as it is, all that stuff. And ignore, I painted my nails yesterday and I already see it chipped. I guess when I took bath last night and got my nail polish disappear. Okay, double check under my this one. Hold on. No, doesn't move. Why? Why? Sometimes I can get more close. Okay, under, I'm just gonna check if that's the one. Yes, it's a plus. And then we're going to stitch. We're going to work between all those spark threads, like through the forest. Go. Okay, can we see here? It's a little bit far away for you. Fall leaf. It's going to be beautiful shadings in here. Yeah, it's lots of color in this little tiny spot. It's always so exciting to start something new. Oh, no, tangle up. Okay. Egyptian threads are awesome to stitch with. But sometimes when you stitch with one hand only and like 2 holes at the same time, they kind of tend sometimes to tangle up the ends. So for that reason you can use wax and wax your thread if that would help you. But when you're cross stitch on a frame or a hoop, you can use 2 hands and kind of hold one end till it's get to the canvas. Like right now I'm supporting from the bottom, so that way I'm not going to have any tangles. The only thing is tangling right now, it's behind my clamp, because I'm trying to keep a hoop steady. So sometimes my thread overlap and handle and tangle up over the metal pieces here. One more stitch of this color in here. Yeah, make sure it doesn't tangle. Hold on. No, we're good. Okay, let me see. I have the symbol right over here on the bottom, so I'm going to repin in here. We're going to do pin stitch again to finish here. If I would be stitching alone right now, it would be easier for me just to flip my canvas and wave on the back, but with recording it's not very comfortable to do that. Okay, one more, just to make sure it's stronger. Okay. Alright, oh, my battery already dying. Oh yeah, because this is second video I'm recording, that's why I decided to record 2 videos without uploading one by one to my computer. So I'm just going to replace my battery. I already have one that charged. And you can stitch a little bit more. Not sure how long this video will be, but let's do it. Great, new battery is on, and we can stitch a little bit longer if you have a time to stick with me together. If not, you have to run. Thank you for visiting. Come back next time. But if you are still stitching, let's get this progress going. Where are you going? Okay, my puppy go on the sofa. That's it, he's feeling better now. When I finish this video, I will give them something yummy for their tummy. So let's play some game. Your prediction. Will I finish this design in a mix of everything else I have for this month? Can I finish this for the month of October? Because I also want to have lots of progress on my black cat Halloween. Who think I can finish and who think it's going to be just a halfway done? Comment. Because at this point I'm not convinced that I could, but it would be nice. My first video that I recorded today, it's the black cat. See, when you have like this tangle like that and you try to pull it, or this one actually coming out, but if it's not coming out, put your needle inside of this loop and pull it all the way to the needle, and then it's easy to untangle. This one wasn't tied up too hard, so it would be untangled the other way as well, but very often it doesn't go nowhere. Excuse me, I'm gonna sip a little bit of coffee before it gets cold. Okay, ready. In here, it's a very close symbol and light blue, very similar, but there's a plus only in here. In here it's a symbol T, so it's not the same symbol. You have to be careful. They put 3 symbols in here with the same color, but kind of stripy. We can see the most clearly. T and plus kind of similar a little bit on a small canvas, less visible because it's a very light color. I still can see, but I mean, if you don't have a good vision, you could mistake. So far so good. I'm having a fun stitching this design. Okay, there's 3 symbols here left. I'm gonna leave them in here so I can reposition my thread somewhere else, but I'm going to leave this one and pick different color because I still want to do more progress to create this leaf. So now I will do this pink plus, and that is my blends as well. My blend. Come on. One thread longer, one shorter. These symbols with the bright background, I love to stitch them because they're like so visible. For example, this yellow, this blue, this plus is like, it's so easy to stitch them. Stripes as well, visibility very good. It's the only light blue a little bit tricky, I would say. Okay, so this one is a, yeah, pink. All right. I want to see that little leaf come to life. How it's going to look like with all these colors in here. You're gonna create a little patch. That's why I put a whole bunch of threads in here. With the blends, it will create this fall leaf colors when colors changing and have such a multiple colored, how would you say, palette of colors, shading from green to orange, yellow, magical season. When I have park threads in the hole where I need to go, I always hold so I don't pull this thread on another side, and later could be ruined tension of that particular thread. Okay, that's it. Now I'm just going to pin stitch in here and reposition threads to different patch, go under my top layer, and this frame kind of keep on my way in here. Okay, one more in here. Ooh, hard go. Okay, you can cut on a top or you can cut underneath your canvas, but for that it's good those bendy scissors, or this tool that I have in here with me. I'm gonna show you this one, safe to cut thread underneath. I believe 121 store have them in their tools, or that's a Paint and Fairy have them. I think 121 stitch have as well. So the pink one, I'm going to reposition my thread right in here. I will start from the top probably, because if I start from the top I will go down and I have one more stitch in here, and from here would be not very long distance to kind of jump to here with the tiny pin stitch between them. So I'm going to park this thread in here. I think it's called this way wave. Yeah. When I have the same colors, usually I leave it tail a little bit longer so it's overlap 2 cross stitches for the more support. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here because we want to have this patch done. Now there's a little bit of pink. Okay, we're gonna do blue first. Blue first. Okay. There. Yeah, this symbol is beautiful. It's so good visibility. What did I? No, I didn't stitch this one. Okay. And then there's a lots of back stitch. So right now, even when we're going to put all the colors, we're still going to see a blob of different colors till we put back stitch, and that's what make a difference, because then we will create shape of actual leaf with some little points on it. When good tension on of the fabric, it's kind of like strong noises go through when threads go, like almost like an echo. My hands look so dry on camera, but I don't want to put any cream till I finish stitch. No cream when you're stitching on your hands. You don't want greasy spots. Okay. Let's find here another stitch. I'm going to hold this thread tight, stretch it away. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Ooh, jump away. Yeah, and this little tiny element, we have lots of colors already. Look at us. Look at us. Another color down in here. And oh my god, hold on. What am I stitching? Oh, the blue. What was it? That's crazy. Oh, blue circle. Yes. Wow. It's because in my mind, I don't know, I'm actually far away from here. What I was thinking. No, I was thinking about colors. So how come I forgot what symbol I'm stitching? Oh my goodness. That's weird. Or it's not weird. It's too much on my mind, I guess. Okay, one more pin stitch. Just to make sure it's not going to untangle on us. And choppy chop. And yeah, I'm going to get in here, then I will jump to here later. So I'm just going to park. I'm not going to stitch this piece. I know some of you probably thinking, who cares, just put behind, big stretch to the next symbol instead of keeping this chopping and restarting. You know, I definitely could, but I kind of like when my backing look nice. I don't like messy back. There. Now I'm going to park in here. I'm not going to stitch this piece because I want to stitch one more symbol that kind of next to this leaf, and that is this brown thread which pink circles in here. So let's finish. Oh, wait a minute, my thread tangled up behind a tripod. Yeah, not equipment. Okay. Just a few of the stitches in this color. Oh, sorry. Have to move camera. Just in case you're watching. Oh, I like to stitch with this color, chocolatey. Feels like my axis even layering kind of nicer. Interesting. Okay. Same drill, pin stitch. Oh, I think I missed it. To go make sure it's not in a hole, right in the center under your top stitch there, and one more. Sometimes go easy, sometimes not. Okay. Oh, let's just exit in here. And all I have in here, not all, but next one in here on the bottom, all the way up there. So I'm just going to park in here, and that's it. From my stitching alone, I will be finishing all these threads that I park right now. So next time you see it, it's going to be totally different threads parked, whatever is next in line with the symbols. When I park, I always do at least like 2 stitches. Like the first one for sure I have to close, and second one you can leave it parked with the half stitch, but for extra, I don't know, just to make it more, for sure it's secure after your pin stitch, you can just make. Wow, my frame already finished. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave it as a half stitch so I know what symbol I'm stitching, and I'm going to back one more time to the part where we are, and I have one more in here, this light color. Oh, let me just grab all these threads. This one, because I think this one is still connected. That's my, yeah, blue plus. So we're going to create a little bit more in here, and then I will let you go because I think my video already long enough. And then we will see one more time on the picture what we were stitching and how this is going to look like with the back stitch. I don't get it, why it's not zooming more close today. I keep trying, but no, keep go out of focus. Sometimes I can bring it much more close. Interesting. Okay, what is it with this light color? What is in a picture? I can't remember. It's bright. Oh my god, my boy's sleeping so cute. So cute. I have to take a picture. Hold on. I have to take a picture of cuteness overload. Okay. Look at that. Okay. This is banded. This is corner. Banded smart, laying on my pillow. Usually I'm using the blanket on top of the sofa to cover up when I'm snoozing, and the extra pillow I keep in here because I'm using under my sore leg for support. My boy's napping. That's where I sleep right now, on the sofa, because I can't sleep in bed. I don't have enough support, so the back end of the sofa is helping me. When I go to the campground this weekend, I will be sleeping on a sofa up there, because last time I tried in a camp and in my trailer on a bed, I didn't let sleep my husband for all night, probably because I was tossing and turning. It was painful. Couldn't get correct position for my leg not to be sore. That's my life right now. Okay. Oh, pin stitch, one more. Oh, my stomach rumbling. I hope you didn't hear it. If you do, I'm hungry. Okay, so I'm going to reposition now this one, and then we will see what we have in here. Plus, let me find this symbol. It was a blue plus, nothing on the bottom. Okay, it's first one what I see is right in here, so that's where I'm going to park it. More of the symbol is on the top, well, basically around here of this house. Over, that's a like over doorway. Going to do just two in here. I know I connected correctly. Well, I actually not gonna give rid of this needle. I'm going to stitch this one after I finish video, so I'm just gonna put this needle lay down here, and let's see. We created, looks like how you call the oak tree leaves. Okay, that's the blob we created. Look at that. But can you say it's a leaf? No. Why? Because look what backstitch do. Backstitch is overlapping, give us a point. So whatever we were stitching with light color, it's in here. I don't know what that is. maybe like a shadow area, whatever. Because same thing, doorway, where I say overlap, that's the color, same on color, go around, and the light colors. So yeah, that's those leaves we created with you so far. Is it apple or mini pumpkins? I think there's mini pumpkins. Ooh, I love that house. Dramatic tree. That's the back stitch on the tree. Bird on the top of the roof. I would love to explore that house. Not at night. Not at night. Okay, so that was fun. That was fun. We created element, actually 2 of them. It's a 2 leaf trees so far. So happy stitching, everybody. I'm going to continue stitch on this till I finish all my park threads. So this one I'm going to stitch till I finish. So it's going to be like this thread on elimination. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threads. They have to go before I start my new video with this design. So next time you see me stitching this one, I will park. Hold on, I'm trying to untangle here one thread. Got overlap. Okay, so next one. Well, obviously there's lots of these threads continuing here for these leaves, but there is new symbols in here, like for example this yellow stripey, blue stripey, T, those green ones, so pink X. So I'm just going to continue till I do like all this on the bottom first to kind of get to the full coverage, but I am going to stitch color by color later. So maybe next time we're going to pick just one color and go through the whole canvas, or just oh, you know what, next time would be probably fun to stitch whatever this green. See, there's lots of this symbol in here. If I can zoom a little bit, that's a big chunk. That would be good for me to stitch with you together, and that is going to be something very pretty colors because it's a big pumpkin. Let's do that next time. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.